Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Monan Park on the campus of Boston College High School in Boston, Massachusetts. Here to bring you live coverage of today's 17 and under summer baseball game as part of the Firecracker Sports 4th of July tournament. Today's contest pits Brookline against NEB West. Brookline hoping to bounce back after a tough outing yesterday against the powerhouse Bulldogs. That game ending in 3 innings with a final score of 16-0 in a brutal result for Brookline. So we'll see if Brookline has a better result in store here today. This game, the first of a doubleheader for Brookline, as they will be playing Expos Baseball Johnson after this one. This game was originally scheduled to start at 1 o'clock, but the previous game between the Bulldogs and GBG ran a little long. And so we're getting ready to start here. Hoping that we can get in as much of these two games as possible before some inclement weather is forecasted to come in. We're on the lookout for some thunderstorms. And while ordinarily, you could feel some high gusts of wind and be like, oh, a storm is coming. Here at Monan Park, that is not the case, especially from my spot at the top level of the stands, as we got some pretty consistent high winds blowing in off the Atlantic Ocean right behind us. Those of you who watched the stream yesterday might recall that I referred to that as wind blowing in off the river yesterday, and the reason I said that is because I am bad at geography. So that's that's that. My mom did point out to me yesterday, no, that's not the river you're near, that's the ocean. So in case you're wondering how good I am at geography, there is your answer. While these games are slated to be regulation 7-inning games, there is a hard time limit placed on them that I think is about an hour. After about an hour 45, the umps will institute a, next inning is the final inning rule. And in fact, the game that preceded this one ended up running only 5 innings. So we'll see how long this one goes, how far we get into it. Plenty of question marks, but one thing we're not going to question is that we're about to get this one underway. The Brookline defense taking the field for the top of the first inning as they'll be the home team on the scoreboard. I just got the roster for NEB West, which I'm going to fill in as I go. For Brookline, number 2, Ben Cody starting on the mound. For Brookline today, they had a tough pitching outing yesterday, but they're hoping that Cody can lead the charge for a better result on the mound today. Those who have been following my Lou Tompkins League live streams know that Cody, his last pitching outing against Jamaica Plain, went very well as he pitched 5 shutout innings of 1 hit ball with no free passes issued. Completing the battery with him today will be number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. We're soon going to get this one started. All right, warm-up throws completed. And now we got our first batter stepping to the plate for NEB West. This is the shortstop, number 8, Idolino. First pitch of the game from Cody. Curves, but doesn't drop enough. Comes in high for ball 1. And that one comes in over his head, ball 2. So an early hitter's count here to Idolino. That one also high. Cody's pitches not curving enough for him so far as they keep hanging and coming in high. And we got a 3-0 count here to Idolino. That one does hit the zone, strike 1. But that one's going to hang on him again. That's ball 4. A leadoff walk for Idolino. And now batting for NEB West, the second baseman, number 5, McDonald. Runner at first, nobody out. First pitch skips in the turf, a hesitated takeoff, but the runner does take off and slide in safe. He started to jump, then kind of stopped, but then because the ball was bobbled by Fantuzzi on the transfer, Idolino committed to going to second and makes it safely. This pitch tipped, strike 1. It's going to be interesting to see how Cody handles the slightly windy atmosphere. They don't get as much wind down at field level because the bleachers and the press box kind of serve as a bit of a shield. As this one is also fouled off down the left field side for strike 2. But for a pitcher that relies so much more on movement than he does on speed, it'll be interesting to see how potentially windier conditions might impact his game here. He's got a 1-2 count to McDonald here. No outs, runner at second. And that one's lifted out to left. Going to drop in front of the left fielder, Devin Chin. Rifles the ball into the infield, but McDonald racing down to second, slides around the tag as he stretches what looked like was going to be a single. He stretches it out to a double. So runners at second and third as NEB West starting out strong here in the top of the first. Now batting the center fielder, number 23, Garvey. Cody looks at the runner at third. First pitch comes in high, ball one. The infielders not playing in right now, even with two runners in scoring position early in the inning. So that one's going to miss high and away for ball two. Garvey, much like Idolino, playing very tight on the inside of the batter's box. Although Garvey coming from a different side as a lefty hitter. This one fouled off, strike one. Idolino stands at third, McDonald at second. 2-1 the count to Garvey with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Lifts this one into shallow left, and Chin is under it. Runner takes off for home. Throws coming in, but not going to be in time. And so a sac fly will give us the first run of the ball game. Yeah, throw just didn't come in fast enough, and Doctoroff kind of caught it in the center of his body with his whole body turned away from the plate as opposed to catching it sideways for a quicker transfer. Didn't have much of a chance to make that play at home. First pitch is low, swung on and missed, and the runner stumbled. They caught him between the bags. It's a pickle. McDonald running back and forth. Brookline chasing after him, and Mayfield-Sheehan, the shortstop, applies the tag. McDonald's got a bit of a jump off of second, and while he might have had enough time to dive back to second normally on a throw from the plate, he stumbled and slipped on the turf and just found himself doomed in a pickle there. And so now two down and the base is empty with a 0-1 count to the first baseman, number 26, L. Rylander. As that one just completely missed from Cody there. But you know what? Better to get those wilder pitches out of the way while there's no runners on base. 1-1 the count to L. Rylander. That one hangs, and oh, it clipped his face. Might have clipped his batting helmet. That's going to be a hit by pitch. So a free pass down to first for Rylander. Now batting the extra hitter, number 13, Wacko. Cody's pitches hanging on him just a little too much, and against righty hitters, that runs that risk of a potential hit by pitch, just given the way his pitches typically spin. That first pitch high for ball one. That one catches the high corner, though. Strike one. Just needs that little bit of extra dip to get it into the zone. Whoops. I had forgotten to update the scoreboard. 1-0 is the score as that pitch fouled off for strike two. NEB West scored the first run of the game on a sac fly to left by Garvey that drove in Idolino. And now with a runner on first and two down, the count is 1-2 to Wacko. And that one comes in high, ball 2. And that one sent up the middle, could not be snagged by Sheehan. And that'll be a clean 2-out single. Read the curve on that pitch well, sent it right up the middle. And now runners at first and second with 2 down. Now batting the third baseman, number 25, Burns. Went for the fastball there and got a foul tip, strike 1. That one misses to the outside, ball 1. Rylander at second, Wacko at first, 2 down here in the top of the first inning. NEB West leads Brookline 1-0. Swing and a miss there, strike 2, and they go for a pickoff again, but this time the runner unhesitating as he just charges to third and makes it. Rylander learned from the pickoff play earlier in the inning. And instead of trying to go back to second, he just charged at third as soon as Fantuzzi tried to pick him off at second. 1-2, the count to Burns. Runners at the corners, 2 down. Skies this one. It's playable in foul territory. And Fantuzzi has got it for out number 3. Good tracking by the Brookline catcher with a bit of a slide at the end to complete the catch. We move to the bottom of the first. The score 1-0 in favor of NEB West. Got a couple of notes in the live chat. First from, well, we got a couple of our regular viewers in here. Barbara Jo Metzger. Go Brookline today from Grandma in Buffalo, New York, and from Keenan's uncle and my brother, Michael. And then from Alan Rosenblatt, Ellen and Alan Rosenblatt saying, let's go Brookline. Thank you so much for tuning in, folks. Always happy to see you guys tuning in. As we get ready for the bottom of the first, let's take a look at the starting lineups that I wasn't able to fully say before we started. But let's take a look at them, starting with Brookline as they're about to come up. Leading off for Brookline today, the left fielder, number 3, Devin Chin. Batting second, the second baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Batting third, the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Batting cleanup, the third baseman, number 8, Ben Doktoroff. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 18, Ben Rosenblatt. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. Batting ninth, the extra hitter, number 42, Max Kaufman. And batting 10th, the pitcher, number 2, Ben Cody. Just playing the field for Brookline today, the shortstop, number 7, Caden Sheehan. So that is the Brookline lineup as they get ready to go up against the starting pitcher for NEB West, number 13, Costello. First pitch is fouled off for strike 1. At the plate for Brookline is the left fielder, number 3, Devin Chin. Obviously, yesterday the Brookline Bats struggled mightily against the Bulldogs pitcher. No hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts through 3 innings. As that one hits the zone for strike 2 to Chin. So Brookline definitely looking for some offensive redemption here today. Chin makes contact, grounder bounces off the third baseman, and Devin Chin reaches first safely on the E5. Well, it may be off a fielding error, but we already have as many Brookline base runners as we had all game yesterday, and also as many balls put in play, as between the walk and 8 strikeouts, Brookline only put the ball in play once yesterday, but already they've done that. As that first pitch is fouled to the backstop for strike 1. At the plate for Brookline as the second baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. Sawada drew Brookline's only walk yesterday against that dominant Bulldogs pitcher. Now up with nobody out and a runner at first. Takes that one to the inside corner, strike 2. Chin taking off for second as Sawada fouls it off. Stays alive at 0-2. That's the thing, when a teammate is taking off, unless the pitch misses really badly, you're generally taught to swing to interfere with the catcher's process of throwing down to second, even if just a little bit. Combine that with swinging defensively on an 0-2 count, you can't really blame Sawada for chasing that one a bit high and outside. He doesn't chase that one, though, as it goes to a similar spot high and away for ball 1. Chin taking off. That one outside. Chin slides in safe. The speedy Devin Chin moves into scoring position off the steal. And it's a 2-2 count to Sawada. And Sawada fouls this one off, stays alive at 2-2. Another note in the live chat from Greg Hoffman saying, "Let's go Brookline." And another foul ball by Sawada as he continues battling against Costello here. Count remains 2-2. That one high, good eye by Sawada as he checks his swing, ball 3. A full count now. And makes contact, grounder gets past the shortstop into the outfield. Chin is going to hold at third as Sawada reaches on what will probably be scored in E6. Couple of weird deep hops on the left side of the infield. And it's interesting, we're playing on a turf field, so usually that means you're going to have little to no errors in the infield when you play on the even surface of the turf, but a couple of unexpected hops skip past the NEB infielders as there's a pickoff throw there. Sawada dives back. With runners at the corners and nobody out, up to the plate comes the Brookline catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. Fantuzzi did not play for Brookline yesterday, but he's here today and takes strike 1. Potential tying run at third as they again throw back to first. Understandably, Sawada is also a fast base runner, and with runners at the corners, there's a lot of temptation to go for a double steal, especially with no outs in the inning. Sawada is taking off, pitches high. The catcher fakes a throw back to third to hold Chin, and Sawada also moves into scoring position. Second and third now, 1-1, the count to Fantuzzi. As that one misses low and away, ball 2. Good recovery, though, by the NEB catcher, Zamella. His job very important right now with a runner at third. Anything gets by him, and that's a run on the board. That one high and in, ball 3. Fantuzzi 1 ball away from loading the bases with nobody out here in the bottom of the first. Swing and a miss there, strike 2. So a full count with nobody out, runners at second and third in a 1-run ball game here in the bottom of the first. Gets a piece of it and stays alive. Fantuzzi might have chased that one a bit outside, but stays alive with the foul ball. Good defensive swing. And fouls it off again. That one, I believe, was in the zone and not so much a defensive swing as he just mistimed it. Count remains full. And that's a high ball 4. That one just got away from Costello. And we see again the value of staying alive with foul balls. Sometimes you just got to stay alive in the at-bat long enough for a pitch to get away from the pitcher and miss for a 4th ball. Bases loaded, nobody out. Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Ben Doktoroff. Brookline is going to send out a courtesy runner for their catcher, Fantuzzi. Looks like they're going to send out number 1, Eli Hoffman. So this is my first time getting to call the name of the younger Hoffman brother. Obviously, I've been calling the name of his older brother, Owen Hoffman, for a number of spring and summer seasons now. Now Eli Hoffman stands at first in place of Fantuzzi. First pitch to Doktoroff, catches the outside corner, strike 1. That one also catches the outside corner, strike 2. Costello not hesitating to throw strikes, even with the bases loaded, as that one misses low and in, ball 1. Chin at third, Sawada at second, Eli Hoffman at first. 1-2, the count to Doktoroff. And he gets a piece of it, drops it right in front of the plate. They're not going to get there in time. Unbelievable. The speed of Devin Chin, and Zamella was either thinking that one was going to bounce foul or that it was better for him to cover the plate. Either way, it did not work. And Doktoroff with one of the weirdest looking RBI singles you are ever going to see. all tied up at 1 apiece now. Coming to the plate, the right fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino, as he takes strike 1. Bases still loaded, still nobody out, as Chin scores the tying run on that weird almost bunt single, swinging bunt, as Martino hits a hard one, well fielded at third, tags third for 1 out, throw to first, not in time. Martino legs it out to avoid the double play as he drives in Sawada for the go-ahead run on an RBI fielder's choice groundout. While they may not have gotten the double play, you got to give a lot of credit to Burns over at the hot corner, as he fielded that one well to at least make sure they got 1 out. Now batting, center fielder number 15, Owen Hoffman. Runner taking off for third, and Hoffman fouls to the backstop, strike 2. So Eli Hoffman forced out at third on the fielder's choice. They've still got Doctoroff at second and Martino at first with 1 out. That one misses high, ball 1. Well covered by Zamella. 1-2 the count. That pitch catches the outside corner, strike 3. Costello loving that outside corner against righties. Now batting, the designated hitter, number 18, Ben Rosenblatt. First pitch is a check swing foul, strike 1. That's the second day in a row that Ben Rosenblatt has gotten a check swing foul, as he also got one yesterday against the Bulldogs. Ended up striking out in that at-bat, hoping for a better result here with runners at first and second and 2 down. Doctoroff taking off for third. Pitch was a strike. Doctoroff slides in safe, just barely. Doctoroff puts on the Jets to get down to third, but Costello just 1 strike away from getting out of the inning without further damage. Rosenblatt fouls that one up the third base line. Stays alive at 0-2. That one catches the high corner for strike 3. Through 1, Brookline already looking much better on both defense and offense. Our score after 1, Brookline 2, NEB West 1. And while Brookline only got 1 hit that was undisputably a base hit, and even that one was that weird drop in front of the plate by Doctoroff. Even still, Brookline did much better putting the ball in play, making contact 4 times, and all 4 times it moved the runners along. Chin reaching on a grounder that went past the third baseman. I would score it as an E5. We'll check Game Changer later. Sawada, a similar kind of thing, only with the shortstop, and what I would score an E6. Fantuzzi drew the only free pass of the inning to load the bases. Doctoroff had that weird, almost like a swinging bunt, as it was just a high-hopping grounder that just died in front of the plate, and Chin was able to score on what effectively turned into a squeeze play. Martino grounded into a fielder's choice at third. That drove in Brookline's second run. And then after back-to-back strikeouts, the inning came to an end. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup for NEB West, since I wasn't able to say it last inning. Leading off for NEB West, we saw in the first inning the shortstop, number 8, Idolino. Batting second, the second baseman, number 5, McDonald. Batting third, the center fielder, number 23, Garvey. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 26, L. Rylander. Batting fifth, the extra hitter, number 13, Waco. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 25, Burns. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 2, C. Rylander. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 10, Kuzmeski. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 22, Zamella. And batting 10th, the left fielder, number 17, King. Not in the batting order, but starting on the mound for NEB West, as we saw in the bottom half of the first, is number 13, Costello. Warm-up throws done, and we'll be seeing the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up here in the top of the second for NEB West, starting with the right fielder, number 2, C. Rylander. First pitch from Cody, and that one got away from him. Ball 1. Oh, Brookline was trying to argue whether or not it went off the end of the bat. The umps say it didn't. Brookline trying to see if they could get a lucky strike off of that wild pitch, but no dice. That one fouled off, strike 1. Rylander way out in front of that one. I mentioned before, Cody not the most powerful pitcher. He does have a fastball that he can throw at you sometimes, and I think that time he fooled him with a changeup because it looked like a similar delivery to his fastball, but came in much slower. Put some movement on that one, though, and the breaking ball gets past Rylander for strike 2. Chases that one to the outside, strike 3. Ben Cody starts off the top of the second with a strikeout. Now batting the designated hitter, number 10, Kuzmeski. First pitch, misses it, strike 1. Cody, after all those pitches that were hanging on him on the inside of a righty hitter in the first inning, he's working the outside corner a lot this inning, although that one gets away from him, skips in the turf for ball 1. That one is skied. It's playable, might be in fair territory even, and Fantuzzi couldn't catch it. Kuzmeski gonna reach. That one probably should have been called for by someone besides the catcher, but I think what might have happened is the wind might have caught it, as it might have started out looking like it was closest to Fantuzzi, but then the wind drifted it closer to Doctoroff coming in from third, but they couldn't read it and call it off in time, and so Fantuzzi had to try and dive for it, couldn't come up with it, and Kuzmeski reaches first on what I would score as an E2. Now batting the NEB catcher, number 22, Zamella. First pitch outside, ball 1. That pitch misses low, ball 2. 2-0, the count to Zamella. Kuzmeski at first, 1 out. That one misses outside as well, ball 3. We saw Cody struggle, as I said before, with stuff that was hanging on the inside against righties. Now he's pulling his pitches a bit much, missing to the outside. He's got to readjust with a 3-0 count now to Zamella. That one catches the inside corner, strike 1. After consecutive pitches low and away, he goes high and inside that time. 3-1 now the count. And that one is going to miss for ball 4. So back-to-back base runners reach for NEB West, and now the potential tying run in scoring position with 1 out as up comes the left fielder, number 17, King. That one comes in high for ball 1. And now head coach John Busey coming out to talk to his starting pitcher Cody as he's gotten into a bit of a jam here. Probably just going to tell him to try not to do too much as a pitcher. You know, he might have gotten a little excited with that strikeout to start the inning. And so now he's getting a little too tricky with his pitches, and a lot of them are just missing the strike zone. As Fantuzzi, meanwhile, wiping off his face and hands, might have caught some of that turf dust on that attempted diving catch on Kuzmeski's pop-up. But with 1 out and runners on base, it might potentially be better to pitch to contact. If you get a grounder, especially on turf, there's a fair chance you're getting a double play. Cody turns around, throws to second, but Kuzmeski gets back. Brookline got 1 pickoff last inning. They're trying to see if they can get another. King fouls that one off, strike 1. That one got way away, well covered by Fantuzzi. Kuzmeski was already starting to break for third on that play, but Fantuzzi able to track that one behind the batter's head, and so it's a harmless ball 2. And he hits a chopper. It's a slow one, though. No chance for a double play, but Sheehan gets the play at first, despite a dangerous collision off a throw from Sheehan that came in on the baseline side of first base. Noah Klein tanks that hit from the base runner, and they get the second out. And it's nothing against King. He was just running normally. You know, there was nothing wrong with what he did. Just what happens when the throw comes in on the left side of first base. So well done by Klein to get that out. And now runners at second and third with 2 outs as the ground out was slow enough to still advance the runners. First pitch comes in high, ball 1. We are back at the top of the NEB batting order with the shortstop number 8, Idolino. Idolino drew a leadoff walk last inning and later came in to score. So that one is high for ball 2. Runners at second and third in a 1-run ball game with 2 out here on the top of the second. This one is skied deep out to left. Looks like it's going to curve foul and out of play. 2-1 the count. As that one got briefly exciting before it became quickly apparent that it was going to curve out of play. This one lifted out to center. Hoffman on his horse, over his head. This will give NEB back the lead. Kuzmeski and a courtesy runner both score. And oh my gosh, Idolino's trying for the inside the Parker, and he gets it. A 3-run inside the park home run to deep center by Idolino. As he drives in Kuzmeski, the courtesy runner for Zamela, number 21, and himself, as NEB not only ties and retakes the lead, they actually take a multi-score lead off an astounding hit and an astounding bit of base running by Idolino. That one going to miss outside, ball 1. At the plate now is the second baseman, number 5, McDonald. And that one's lined right to the shortstop, taken off one hop by Sheehan. Throw to first, misses. Klein couldn't make the stretch, and McDonald stretches that one out to second off the throwing error. Sheehan might have been overcorrecting from his throw the last time a grounder came his way, as he sort of threw it too far to the first baseman's left side, which resulted in a collision with the base runner. Might have been overcorrecting as he threw to the first baseman's right that time, but too far, as Klein couldn't make the stretch at first to get that third out. This first pitch catches the outside corner, strike 1. At the plate now for NEB is the center fielder, number 23, Garvey. Garvey got a sac fly his last time up. That one skips in the turf for ball 1. That's a hard grounder foul up the first base side, strike 2. Two down, runner at second. 1-2 the count to Garvey. That curves in nicely. Strike three. So one big swing of the bat combined with some hustle on the base paths by Idolino gives NEB West back the lead in a brutal gut punch to Brookline. They were 1 out away from getting out of that inning without allowing any runs and still maintaining a 2-1 lead. And that tough pop-up by Kuzmeski in the infield that was lost in the wind comes back to bite them in a big way as a 2-out, 3-run inside the park home run by Idolino gives NEB West a 4-2 lead moving into the bottom of the second. It'll be the 8, 9, 10 hitters coming up for Brookline, Klein, Kaufman, and Cody, as Costello returns to the mound for NEB West. A lot of hard K-sounding last names here in the bottom of the second. More notes in the live chat. We got Uncle Peter in the live chat saying, "Hi, Jesse, let's go Brookline, let's go K-Man." Referring, of course, to Keenan Sawada. Leading off for Brookline here in the bottom of the second, the first baseman, number 16, Noah Klein. First pitch from Costello, catches the outside corner, strike one. That one fouled off, strike two. That one misses outside, ball one. Klein hits a slow hopper over to first, fielded cleanly by Rylander, tags first for out number one. One down, now coming up, the extra hitter, number 42, Max Kaufman. Kaufman fouls that one off, strike one. You know, I've said it before on previous streams, but when you get when you end up with a shaky first inning, sometimes the second inning can be a good way to rebound against the bottom of an opposing batting order if you're able to maintain control and take advantage. Control lost on that one pitch there by Costello as it bounces in the turf for ball one. Kaufman fouls that one off, strike two. Kaufman getting a piece of these pitches, but a little behind them, and so he keeps lifting them foul down the left field side. Might want to bring a little more speed on his swing. And that tips into the catcher's glove, strike three. And you know, literally as I was saying that, I was like, but then what if Costello, you know, fools him up with a changeup? And that's exactly what he did. Went to the off-speed Kaufman, who had been behind those first couple pitches. ends up way out in front of that one and not able to get enough contact as it gets tipped into Zamella's glove for strike 3. 2 down, bases empty at the plate for Brookline. The pitcher, number 2, Ben Cody, as he takes ball 1. That one right down Broadway, strike 1. Cody makes contact out to right, going to hang in the air, and it's caught out and right for out number 3. Brookline down in order in the bottom of the second, and at the end of 2, the lead has flipped. Our score, NEB West 4, Brookline 2. As we head to the top of the third, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters. Coming up for NEB West, L. Rylander, Waco, and Burns. Cody back on the mound. Pretty short break after a long and hard-fought second inning. In the top half, the bats go quiet in the bottom half, and Cody finds himself back on the mound in a hurry. Speaking of guys on the mound, Uncle Peter, I know you're watching, and I know you sent me an email asking a question about whether I had ever seen Keenan Sawada pitch before. And the answer is yes, I have. He actually pitched twice last summer for the Lou Tompkins season, both relief outings. I think once he ended up with a loss, and once he ended up with a save, actually. You know, it might not be the best part of his game. And you might even say, with how well-rounded he is as a fielder, a base runner, and as a hitter, you might say his pitching is the worst aspect of his game, as a matter of fact. But it is an aspect that his game does have. So to answer your question quite simply, yes, I have seen Keenan Sawada pitch before. And, you know, with Brookline playing 4 games in 3 days for this tournament, and then possibly more if they end up winning a bunch and advancing, you know, that requires a certain amount of depth of the pitching staff, and not everyone from the Lou Tompkins team is competing in this tournament. So Brookline could find themselves strapped for pitchers very quickly if they don't get some long outings from some guys. But Cody here on the mound for his 3rd inning of work. First pitch of the inning, curves in, strike 1. Leading off this 3rd inning for NEB West, the first baseman, number 26, L. Rylander. That one skips in the turf, ball 1. L. Rylander, his last time up, he was hit by a pitch. Got all the way to 3rd, but was left stranded in the 1st inning. And he gets hit again. The curveball hangs on Cody once again, and Rylander gets another free pass to 1st. So we got a runner at 1st and nobody out, as now coming up, the extra hitter, number 13, Waco. Waco got a single his last time up. First pitch hits the zone, strike 1. That one curves in, strike 2. Cody with a favorable count to start here against Waco, 0-2. Chases it to the outside, strike 3. Cody with his 3rd strikeout of the day so far. Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 25, Burns. First pitch skips in the turf, ball 1. Burns, his last time up, popped out to the catcher in foul territory to end the 1st inning. Now up with 1 out and a runner at first. That one low and in, ball 2. That one catches the outside corner, strike 1. Rylander was starting to hop off from first, get himself a bit of a big lead, and Fantuzzi thought about the throw to first, but decided against it. A pickoff throw to first from the catcher can be so tough when you got a lefty hitter at the plate, as Cody steps off the rubber to keep the runner honest. That one hangs on him outside, ball 3. Runner taking off, but the ball is fouled. Strike 2, and Rylander goes back to first. Rylander, some smart play on first right now. He's sort of taking advantage of the lefty hitter at the plate to sort of dance off the bag after the pitch is thrown, get a good view of the rhythm, apply some pressure, and then on a 3-ball count, taking off, because if the pitch missed, then it was going to be ball 4. Now a full count, 1 out. And Cody steps off the rubber to try and throw off Rylander's timing if he tries to break for second. As with a full count, that is firmly in the realm of possibility. He does take off, and it's fouled off again by Burns. That one bounced off Fantuzzi a bit as he shakes out that glove hand. Count remains full. Fantuzzi saying he's okay. Fantuzzi's had to show some extra grit behind the plate so far today. He needed a towel to wipe off his face after diving for a pop-up. And then there, gets a bit of a sting on the glove hand. Swing and a miss, gets him with the curveball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cody. 4 Ks on the day so far, and with 2 down now, up comes the right fielder, number 2, C. Rylander. So L. Rylander at first, C. Rylander at the plate. 2 down, and Rylander skies this one Deep to left, Chin backing up, still backing up, and he lost it in the wind, and it bounces on the warning track, and he juggles it as L. Rylander comes in to score. C. Rylander holds at second. And boy, that's the second time that a ball has been lost in the wind by the Brookline fielders today. I imagine they're just going to score that one a double because, you know, you lose a ball in the wind like that. I'm not sure whether or not you give that an error. It might, but I'll have to check Game Changer later. But boy, those ocean breezes not liking Brookline today. Cody goes for a pickoff, but Rylander gets back safe. At the plate for NEB West, the designated hitter number 10, Kuzmeski. Kuzmeski was the other batter who benefited from the wind. As he skies this one foul, was too far out in front of it. Strike one. As Kuzmeski had that infield pop-up that landed out of reach of Fantuzzi after the wind caught it. He later came in to score on the inside the Parker by Idolino. Fouls that one off, gets jammed inside. Strike two. 0-2 the count to Kuzmeski, 2 down, runner at second. 5-2 the NEB lead here in the top of the third. That one gonna miss, low and away, ball one. Runner taking off for third. It's a low ball. Throw down to third. Was in time, but to the wrong side of the bag, and Doctoroff wasn't able to make the tag. C. Rylander steals third, and it's now a 2-2 count to Kuzmeski. And he gets a piece of that one as he chases the curveball low and away. Stays alive at 2-2. This one sliced foul over the backstop, and a nice catch made. A nice catch made by Greg Hoffman in the stands. I feel bad that I didn't turn the camera over to that one. Nice barehanded grab there. For the game itself, it's just an inconsequential foul ball. But boy, all the Hoffmans are getting in on this game. And he skies this one out to left. Chin chasing after it again. Barely recovers to make the grab. The wind almost got him again, but he said, not this time, and makes the catch for out number 3. So the wind again punishing to Brookline, as NEB adds 1 to their lead off another big 2-out hit 5-2 the score as we move to the bottom of the third. It'll be the top of the Brookline order coming up: Chin, Sawada, and Fantuzzi. We'll see if they're able to find some similar fortune to what they had in the first inning when they scored twice and took that 2-1 lead. Costello did take advantage of facing the bottom of the order in the second inning and put the Brookline bats down in order in that frame. We'll see how he handles the top of Brookline's order here this time. Brookline did benefit from some fortunate bounces in the infield back in the first inning. Not really something you can count on, especially on a turf field. So they're going to need their top hitters to bring things up a notch here in this inning if they want to come back in this one. This game's already been going for about an hour, and I think I've been told that this tournament has a rule that you have to stop at about an hour and 45 minutes playing time, or at the very least the ump will declare next inning, last inning, or something like that. Chin tries to show bunt but pulls back for ball one. So basically what my point is, bringing up the time constraints, is Brookline only has so many innings to try and come back. Chin skies one into shallow center, and center fielder comes in for it for out number one. Center fielder was playing in on that one. And that ended up paying off as he gets the first out. Now batting the second baseman, number 5, Keenan Sawada. He gets hit. First pitch hits him, and Sawada gets a free pass down to first. And as long as his leg doesn't sting too much from getting plunked, he's going to be a threat to move along the base paths. One out, runner at first. Now batting the catcher, number 11, Jackson Fantuzzi. His last time up, he drew a walk. Throw back to first, check on Sawada. Sawada did steal second his last time on the base paths, although with Fantuzzi drawing a walk, it ultimately didn't matter. That one gonna miss high and away, ball one. Another throw back to first, and again, Sawada easily gets back. Sawada dancing off the bag. Fantuzzi skies one. This might be playable. It's curving, but it's staying in play, and it's caught by Rylander for out number 2. And boy, the one time when the wind might have been able to help Brookline, if it could have given a bit of a curve on that foul ball, get it out of play. Instead, it stays just in play for Rylander to catch out number 2. Now batting the third baseman, number 8, Ben Doktoroff. Doktoroff got that weird RBI single dropped right in front of the plate. Takes strike one there. Sawada at first, 2 down. And that one catches the outside corner, strike 2. Sawada got picked off, and he's in a pickle and cannot dodge the tag. We are through 3 here at Monan Park. Our score at the end of 3, NEB West 5, Brookline 2. And boy, that one was tough. Sawada was taking a smaller than usual kind of cautious lead off from first. And then finally he starts to move up to get in position to steal. And Costello read him like a book to throw the pick off at the perfect time. Catch him between the bags, and there was pretty much no hope after that. Moving to the top of the 4th now. It will be the 9-10 one-hitters for NEB, Zamella, King, and Idolino. Cody back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. You know, purely in terms of runs scored, it's been a rough day for Cody, but, you know, I think all things considered, he's turned in a pretty solid, gritty performance. You know, it's a question how many of the runs he's given up would even be counted as earned because of some of the balls lost in the wind out here at Monan Park today. And remember, right after this game ends, Brookline is slated to play another game against Expos Baseball Johnson. As the second game of a doubleheader today as part of this Firecracker Sports 4th of July tournament. But for right now, the focus is here against NEB West. Leading off the top of the 4th, the catcher, number 22, Zamella. First pitch, hits a grounder towards the left gap. Sliding snag by Sheehan. No chance to make the throw, as Sheehan made what I would classify as the second best catch in that moment. The best catch was made by me as a big gust of wind almost blew over my laptop stand, but I caught it. So personally for me, that's the biggest highlight of this game so far. Now batting for NEB West, the left fielder, number 17, King. Chase that one low, strike 1. Zamella at first, nobody out here in the top of the 4th. That one catches the inside corner, strike 2. Cody painting the corners to start against King. Hits the low corner, then hits the inside corner. 0-2 the count. Zamella at first. And gets him with the fastball to the outside that time, strike 3. Cody's fastball, not usually his go-to strikeout pitch, But with how much he depends on breaking balls, it can be a good mix-up. Now batting the shortstop, number 8, Idolino. Runner taking off for second as that pitch comes in much too slow for any chance at throwing down to second. And it drops in low, ball 1. So I think a courtesy runner for Zamella. Can't quite see the number. Last time, I believe it was number 21, Gothier, that was running for him. As that pitch comes in high, ball 2. I think that might be number 4, who is running in place of the catcher, Zamella. So a different courtesy runner this time. That one gonna miss to the outside for ball 3. Three and 0, the count to Idolino, who of course has the play of the game so far with that 3-run inside the park home run. That one in the zone, strike 1. And that one misses low, ball 4. So Idolino with his second walk of the day. And Coach Busey out to talk to Cody. Like I said, it's been a tough but gritty performance from Ben Cody as he's pitched 3 1/3 so far. He's allowed 5, but depending on how you classify some plays, possible that just one of those 5 runs would go as earned. They're going to stick with Cody on the mound after a meeting with the infield. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Number 4, the courtesy runner, is Barlow. Now coming to the plate, the second baseman, number 5, McDonald. That one hangs on him high and away, ball 1. This one's a high hopper foul up the first base line, strike 1. That one outside, ball 2. Hits the zone there, strike 2, 2-2. Now the count to McDonald. Barlow, the courtesy runner, at second. Idolino at first. 1 down here on the top of the 4th. 2-2 the count to McDonald as NEB leads Brookline 5-2. Brief time called. Slices this one foul, but it looks playable. Doctoroff going back over his head, could not make the catch. And that will simply drop foul. And a brief time called as Fantuzzi comes out to talk to Cody. Runner taking off for third. That's a ball. Throw down to third. More than, whoa! Tag missed! John Busey, the coach, immediately came out of the dugout to appeal that call, as that looked like they had him dead to rights at third. The ump calling that Doctoroff missed the tag, but they overturn it. They overturn it, and Barlow is out at third. Now the NEB coach talking to the officials. Not happy about that one. It was a great throw by Jackson Fantuzzi. And it's possible that he might have read that the steal was coming, and so he told Cody to throw it to the outside part of the plate so he'd have a good lead on a throw to third. Idolino takes second in the chaos. Full count, 2 out now. And that's going to miss high, ball 4. So McDonald draws a free pass. And now runners at first and second with 2 down, as up comes the center fielder, number 23, Garvey. Garvey 0 for 1 so far today with a sac fly, an RBI, and a strikeout. That pitch misses to the outside, ball 1. Swing and a miss there, strike 1. Fantuzzi thought about the throw. It's been a bit of a mixed bag with him throwing back to second. Caught 1 runner, but then 1 runner stole third on him when he tried to pick him off at second. He opts not to throw that time. That one ripped out to right, drops fair. That'll be extra bases, and at least 1 run in. Idolino in to score. They're sending around McDonald. Throw coming to the plate. Close! He slides around the tag, and advancing down to third on the throw is Garvey. And this might be the end of the day for Ben Cody. And again, so tough, as so many of the runs that have come in today for NEB have been with 2 outs. And so it's been a day of close to a stellar performance, but just short of one. But still, give credit for a gritty performance from Ben Cody as his day comes to an end after 3 2/3 innings pitched. And it looks like they're going to be bringing in Devin Chin to pitch. I'm trying to remember if I've seen Devin Chin pitch before in these summer seasons. Bear with me a second, folks. Delving into my files here. As a matter of fact, I have not seen Devin Chin pitch before. This is the third summer season that I've covered where Chin has played. And I have not ever seen him on the mound. So this is going to be very interesting. And it's so interesting because, like I said, Uncle Peter had asked if I had ever seen Keenan Sawada pitch before, and I said I had. Now we've got a different pitcher coming in that I had never seen pitch before. Not sure who they're putting out in left field to fill in for Chin as he comes onto the mound. We've been going for close to an hour and a half now. As contrary to my usual procedure, this stream started just before the game started. Excuse me. One thing we know for sure is that second game today, which was originally slated for a 3 p.m. start time, is not starting at 3 p.m. First pitch from Chin gets by L. Rylander for strike one. This one ripped foul for strike two. Rylander out in front of that one. This one lifted high out to left, deep towards the warning track, and it's caught. And so Chin gets out number 3 as the man filling in for him out in left makes the catch. We move to the bottom of the 4th. Another couple runs on the board for NEB West. The score 7-2. Now, during this break between the top and bottom of the fourth, I'd like to take a moment for a local charity spotlight. I'd like to tell you about Brookline Cares. Brookline Cares is a volunteer organization run by Brookline High School students which seeks to raise awareness and funds to help people experiencing homelessness. Brookline Cares works closely with an organization called the Empowerment Plan. The Empowerment Plan hires and trains those experiencing homelessness to manufacture their special type of coat, known as the Empower Coat, which can double as a sleeping bag. The coats help to keep those struggling with homelessness warm during the colder months, and the jobs manufacturing those coats can help break the cycle of homelessness through gainful employment. Over the past 3 years, Brookline Cares has purchased and distributed over 200 Empower coats and 1,000 pairs of Bombas socks to local community organizations and emergency departments that care for the homeless. Down in the description section of this video, you can find a pair of links related to Brookline Cares, one to the website classy.org, where you can donate money to the Brookline Cares team supporting their efforts to purchase more Empower coats. And then you can also find the organization's own website on wixsite.com, where you can find out more about the organization itself. As this is a ground out to third to start the bottom of the fourth on the first pitch. So once again, you can check out that information about Brookline Cares down in the description section down below. But back with the ball game, Ben Doctoroff leads off the bottom of the fourth with a one-pitch ground out to third. Now batting the right fielder, number 21, Ellis Martino. First pitch comes in high, ball one. That pitch catches the inside corner, strike one. Martino reaches out, hits a grounder over to third. Burns takes it again for out number 2. Two down quickly here in the bottom of the fourth. Now batting the center fielder, number 15, Owen Hoffman. First pitch hits the zone, strike one. Fouls that one to the backstop, strike two. He lifts this one out to right, and that's going to drop in just barely in front of the right fielder. A 2-out single for Owen Hoffman. C. Rylander was charging in fast to try and make the play on the ball there, but no dice. Runner at first, 2 down. Now batting the designated hitter, number 18, Ben Rosenblatt. First pitch misses outside, ball one. Rosenblatt went down on strikes his last time up to end the bottom of the first inning. Tips that one into the catcher's glove, strike one. Chases that one, strike two. 1-2 the count. 2 down in the bottom of the fourth. Runner at first. Brookline trails by 5. And makes contact, and it's back to who else but Burns as he records his 3rd assist of the inning. as we move now to the 5th inning. I'm trying to listen, see if we call for a final inning coming up, as we do have a second game to get to and the threat of possible thunderstorms later today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a couple of raindrops I just felt. Oh, no, oh, there's a few of them. Oh, no. Oh, here comes trouble. A new pitcher on the mound for Brookline as I'm getting ready to throw a coat over my laptop. With this wind, I don't think I can rely on an umbrella. Up. There we go. Okay, so I've thrown a coat over my laptop now, so it's going to be a lot harder for me to see your comments in the live chat for a little while. But in the meantime, oh, we've got lightning. Oh, no. Oh, we've got visible lightning. Oh, everybody saw it. Oh, there it is. And there it is. The thunderstorms have arrived, and we are in delay. So I'm going to try and pack up my equipment. You know, I might create a new stream to come back if this game comes back. But for now, I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you all for watching. I'll keep you updated.